Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the Stuttgart Career Mode series. I do want to start off by saying thank you for the support on the last episode. It was great to see that there are still those of you that are interested in this series, even though it had been some time since I last uploaded. And with that said, if you do go on to enjoy this episode, make sure you leave a like down below. That's the best way to let me know you are enjoying this sort of content and that you want to see more of this content in the future. But as we get into December of 2017, we have quite a few matches to play, but we'll only be playing 3 of those to stick with the 1 month per episode schedule. So that means we'll be simulating a few, including the first match against Hertha Berlin away. We will be playing our final Euroleague group stage fixture against Roma, trying to take over that first place spot in our group. I do believe we have already secured our place in the knockout stages, but I do want to finish first in our group. We'll also be simulating against Augsburg at home, playing this match in the Pokal against Union Berlin, simulating this one against Mönchengladbach away, and then playing this match against Leverkusen, who are currently sitting first in the Bundesliga table. Speaking of the Bundesliga table, there really hasn't been a dominant team so far this season. Only 2 points separates first and 6th place, so on any given match day, a team can leapfrog another team, and if we were to have a good run of form, we could start to separate ourselves ahead of the pack, because realistically, I would be very happy with a top 4 finish, considering we were just promoted. But the way things are going, we could even challenge for the league title. I wanted to address one of the comments I saw in the last episode saying that we should sign some of the players that Stuttgart brought in real life. And Zieler is one of those players, but I don't think we need to improve upon the goalkeeper position. Longrek has been extremely solid for us, and we have Ziegler, our youth academy goalkeeper, who's progressing really nicely. So I think we have 2 great goalkeepers that we can rotate it around, and there's no reason for us to bring in another one in the January transfer window. Holger Badstuber is a very interesting transfer. He has been ridden with injuries throughout his career, but when he's healthy, I think he's a fantastic center back, and even someone that I might think about bringing in January, although we do have Timo Baumgartel coming back in January, so I don't think that is our number 1 priority. But the number 1 priority for us will be our left mid position. We don't have a lot of options there. It's pretty much been Cherney, who's our only solid left midfielder. Sometimes we can play Julian Green on that side, or even push up Kolasinac, but I'd like to bring in another option, and this player doesn't necessarily need to be extremely high on his value or rating. Just needs to be someone that can fill in for that role when he's called upon, and Joseph Brekalo might be the option for us because he has experience with us from last season. He's actually up for loan right now, and he's not high up there on the wages. So 68 rated, I think that would be perfect for a squad rotational player, but let me know down in the comment section below if you have any other left midfielders in mind that aren't too expensive, and I'll add them to the short list. With those logistics out of the way, we'll get into our monthly squad report, and Ziegler is now officially into the double digits on his player growth. Didn't expect that going into this season, that we'd find a player of his caliber and a player of his potential, but you know, sometimes you come across some gems, especially at the goalkeeper position. Fabio Cortez not doing too poorly in his own right. He's gotten a lot of playing time this year, and he's growing nicely, so I'm happy with this squad growth. Only one change for the player training this month. I've swapped out Mane for Cherney, and we'll be working on his long passing and crossing, which is one of his weakest attributes, and that's not ideal for a left midfielder in a 4-1-2-1-2, so that's going to be the areas that we're looking to improve upon. Clement has approached us asking for some play time, and considering that Union Berlin are sitting mid-table, I think I'm going to grant his wish and allow him to feature in the starting 11. However, Berlin are in pretty good form. Their only loss from the last 3 games are against Leverkusen, who are of course sitting first place in the league, so that's not a bad team to lose against, but still scoreless 20 minutes into the match. Trying to see if we can break this deadlock before the break, but we do go into the second half, and not a very high scoring and not a very eventful fixture, but Mane gets the first goal in the 53rd minute. We move forward into the dying minutes of the match. Berlin get the equalizer. Maybe we can get this winner late on, but no, the match ends at a draw, so we'll only take 1 point out of this one. Transitioning our focus to the Euroleague, we're actually in first place, so a draw would be enough for us to finish top of our group, and I'll keep that in mind going to this fixture against Roma. Going off our previous experiences playing Roma, I know they're going to bring their strongest side possible, so I have option for our first team. One interesting change though is that Ziegler is now equal on overall rating to Longarek, so it's only a matter of time before he surpasses him. So we're going to give Ziegler the start in this EuroLeague fixture, see how he can compete against some decent opposition. To be honest, I don't have much experience playing against a 3-back formation in career mode, but it will be interesting, especially considering one of our former players, Antonio Rudiger, is still at Roma in this save. Nice job by Afori to create a little bit of space. Here's Ginczek, has options in the middle. He will find Mane. Now switching the play to Maxime. We'll play it out wide to Czerny and try to send it across, get something going. And I want to see more of that from Czerny. That's why we're working on his crossing and long passing, because I feel like we haven't tried to send aerial balls into the box enough. Being very direct with our play, and Werner nearly had a chance there. We still have hold of possession, finding Werner from outside the box. We'll have the hit from range. A decent effort by Timo Werner. We're able to get a corner kick out of it, and we'll take this one short. Believe this is Maxime providing the option. We're trying some simple skill moves. He's able to beat El Sharawi. Now to Mane. Cutting inside the box. Maybe he can get fouled. Instead, he'll play it in the middle. Some great build-up play. And Alisson needs to pull off a fantastic save. Looks like Stuttgart has been the more dominant team in this one. Here's Mane with tons of space. Looking for one more pass in the middle. It's Werner switching the play to Ginczek. And it's just too easy. The Roma defenders, they don't know how to mark us, especially with this 3-back formation. And Ginczek was off balance on that finish, but he was precise enough with his accuracy that he put it on frame and he was able to beat Alisson. Ooh, we did not mark that one very well, and Ongwene needs to cut off this angle for Correa. Ziegler does well to get his body down and make that save. Really the first time he's been tested in this match, and he composes himself well to get both palms on that. Oh, this is a mess, and it's going to lead to a goal. It's Mohamed Salah, just in the right place at the right time. A couple of bounces going Roma's way. That's an unfortunate way to concede. We've still been the better side, but it's these set pieces that we need to worry about. Probably the last chance of the first half. And we're just going to try to whip one in with Mane. Rudiger gets a piece of it. We're still with it, though. It's Maxime. We need to somehow get this back in the middle. And unfortunately, Werner could not get to that stray ball. So we'll go into the halftime break with a 1-1 draw, and I'm fine with that. We only need 1 point to finish top of our group. We'll take a look at the match facts and see how we are ranking up. And as you can see, we have been the better side. 4 shots, 3 on target. We're winning the possession battle. We just need to be clinical with a few opportunities, not try to be too complex, and keep things simple. We will make one change at the halftime break. For some reason, I feel like Christian Gentner can make an impact on this match. You know, he's not going to do anything too spectacular, but he's going to set up the players around him with opportunities, and that's what we need. Oh, Ongwene taking no prisoners there and going full stretch to make that tackle. We've got Werner. Now to Gentner. Again, we're going to exploit these wings because the 3-back formation does not serve well to wingers. Gentner, a cheeky back heel to set up Mane. This time he's going crossbody again, and the play has been spectacular. The goal is coming. I received a notification that Czerny may have suffered an injury, and he's already pretty tired, so we'll take him off, and we'll bring on Cortez at the left mid position. Our final substitution will be Terodde being brought on for Ginczek. Oh, great build-up play to find Mane. He just needed to shoot there and get another effort on target as we get towards the last 10 minutes. We're going to keep the pressure up. And there's Christian Gentner again, being a presence to these Roma attackers. And now finding Maxime, a good shot, going just over the crossbar. I still feel like we can get this winning goal, even though all we need is a draw. Well, it's not the win that I thought we were going to get, but a draw is enough for us to finish top of our EuroLeague group. And we will advance to the knockout stages with some confidence. Timo Werner winning man of the match today with an 8.7. Because we have advanced to the next stage of the Euroleague, our board has granted us an additional 4.5 million in prize money. I'm not sure when that change will take effect because right now our budget's still the same as it was before. We still have a scout residing in Colombia trying to find a high potential player for us. And it looks like we have found one in Duarte. We'll see if his value is high enough to meet the threshold, and 300,000 is good enough for me. We'll sign him up and see if he can progress into a player that we can feature toward the end of this season. Going into our next match against Augsburg, we only find ourselves 2 points behind Dortmund, and we are a game behind them. So if we were to pick up a win, we'd be able to move all the way from 6th to 2nd, and we will be playing Leverkusen in this episode. I plan on using a rotated side for the Pokal, so we'll bring out our strongest team possible for this Augsburg match to set ourselves up in an ideal position, but it's Moritz Leitner who gets the first goal for Augsburg. We come right back in the 21st minute though, and it is level going into the halftime break. Now in the second half, it should get interesting. Hopefully the home fans can cheer us on. It's Timo Werner who gives us the 2-1 lead. 20 minutes left. We just need to close this out with a strong defensive performance. Dying minutes of the match, and we do enough to get the 2-1 win. That's what we wanted. I'm pretty happy with the rotated side that we have to offer. Not too many players playing out of position, which is always a plus. And we even have 2 players from our first team featuring in this starting 11. The first of which being Afori. Apparently he didn't even play in the last simulated match against Augsburg, and Werner was subbed off pretty early on, so his stamina is not too bad. Here's a look at the teams that are remaining in the Pokal. You can see the fixtures on the left have already been played, so we can get an idea of who we might face in later stages. We played Union Berlin quite a few times last season, and I have to say they were one of the more difficult sides to match up against in the second Bundesliga, but we have strengthened our side enormously, so I think we'll be okay for this match. Long ball tactic looks to be working out for Union Berlin. A low cross sent in. We need to get that cleared. Kaminsky does well. And we're able to push forward now. Terodde holding up the play, and we'll take this one cautiously because I feel like technically we are the better side. I do like those through balls though. It seems like every time they try to go for a low cross as well. So already we're 7 minutes into the match and we pretty much know their game plan. There you go. Well done and good patience by Terodde to find Julian Green. He's going to shield the ball off and still able to hang on to possession. Terodde is deadly from this kind of range, and if he can a little bit of space, I was going to have an effort, but instead we'll pass this one around. Cortez does have the 4-star skills, but he'll just look to beat the players for pace and slot it on the near post. Wasn't accurate enough with the finish, and I think the keeper was leaving his near post open, so that's a missed opportunity. Werner just needs to shoot from here. He gets taken out inside the box, and that will be a penalty kick. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm notoriously poor at penalty kicks, and it's been some time since I last took one. But I think we'll let Werner step up to the spot as he did force the penalty, and I believe he's also our best penalty kick taker. So already on the spot is Timo Werner, our number 9. We're just going to take this one quickly and try to finesse it into the back of the net. Keeper goes the wrong way. Werner put him off, and we're able to make it 1-0. Well done, and I think that's going to be the first of many goals. There we go, Werner. Could float in across, but instead, we're going to keep working this one around. This is Insua finding Cortez. Now switching the play. Dangerous pass, and it gets interception. There you go. Well done, John Zimmer. Here's a Afori finding Terodde. We're trying to just pass him to death, and Werner is through with some space. If the pass was more accurate, and it could have been better, but instead we're just going to pass him to death. Klimet pokes it home, and this Stuttgart team, we are playing absolutely incredible today. That first pass by whoever that is with the yellow boots, that probably would have been one of our fullbacks pushing up, or our center defensive mid, whoever it was. He set up the whole play. And just to confirm, that was Tarota, who played one of the best first-time passes I've seen all season. A good first half from us, both offensively and defensively, managing to shut down Union Berlin completely. They haven't even registered a shot. There's no reason to risk injuring our top players, so we'll take out both of our first-teamers in Werner and Afori. For Werner, I will bring on Eusebio Nunez, who I don't even know how long it's been since we last played him, and he's probably not too happy about that, so we'll let him get some game time here in the second half. As for our second substitution, Acosta gets a fair amount of play time, so I think I'm going to option for Grgic. Okay, that is unnecessary from Pavard. Luckily, we have 3 defenders back and only 1 Union Berlin attacker. Yet the Berlin attacker still manages to get a shot off, and Longrek needs to make his first save of the match. Those are the kind of mistakes that we need to avoid wherever possible. Well, it's been a slow second half, but maybe we can get something going in the later stages. Clement playing this out wide to Cortez. Union Berlin are starting to push up a few of their players, so I think we can get them caught on the break, but Kessel does well to intercept. And Berlin getting one of their final attacks going. That pretty much sums up what they've done. They just don't have the technical ability against our pretty solid defense to break us down. And if we can just switch the play and find the runner, we're able to find Julian Green. Just needs to finish at far post. What a way to finish off the match. It's just beautiful when a through ball just barely beats out the stretch of a defender, and that's a clinical finish by Green. Nice way to end off the match. A few mistakes here and there, but overall a fantastic performance against Union Berlin, and we're able to advance to the next stage of the Pokal. Clement being the standout player across the board with a 9.6 rating. We have received word from Coyote that he is unhappy with his current role in the team. That means we might need to offload him in January. He hasn't played too much of a role for us in Season 2, and he wasn't exactly the most clinical striker in Season 1. So I'll leave this one up to a vote. What do you guys think? Should we let Coyote finish out this season with Stuttgart, or should we try to sell him in the January transfer window? The table is starting to open up as Leverkusen continues their winning form, but Mönchengladbach are right outside the top 6 in 7th, so you know they're going to be hungry for a win. They are in pretty poor form as well, with 2 losses from their last 3 matches, both of those losses being in the Bundesliga. So we'll try to make it 3 straight losses for Mönchengladbach and pick up this result and try to put ourselves in a favorable position going into the Leverkusen fixture. But Werner gets the goal just before halftime, and we go into the second half with a 1-0 advantage. I'd like to make it 2, because you never know what might happen in away matches. A red card is not going to help our chances. As we get towards the last 5 minutes, it ends at a 1-0 result. Due to our current lack of budget, we have a slight problem developing. We have 3 players that are at risk of being signed on a pre-contract deal if we don't get a contract extension organized for them. Those 3 players being Mitchell Longrek, Emiliano Unsua, and Serdar Taski. I'm hoping that we can offload a player right away at the start of January and get those contract deals done first thing. This will be an exciting end to the episode as we match up against first place Leverkusen. Unless we were to win the match by 11 or more goals, we wouldn't overtake them for that first place spot even if we were to get a win. But if we can level them on points, I'd be extremely happy. For the most part, our squad is well rested going into this fixture. A few stamina issues for Taski as well as Ginczek, but that's nothing a few substitutions can't solve. The thing that I'm most concerned about for this Leverkusen team is that they have an incredible goal differential, primarily due to their fantastic defense and exceptional attack. That's some incredible passing, and Chicharito really should have gotten that on frame. Ziegler has been lucky, and that Leverkusen hasn't been clinical. They've hit the post once, and that time around, Chicharito hits the side netting. It's a good tackle, and it looks like we'll get back possession with Cherney, and using some of that pace to get it down the wing. Now sending it across to the far post. Good cross sent in. Dragovic over to Ginczek, and he went with the back heel effort. If that would have bounced over Leno's head, that could have been goal of the season. Oh no. Our defense is missing in action. Baumgartlinger off the post and in. That's a great hit from range, and I thought we maybe could have had our defense track back and close them down, but it's 1-0 for Leverkusen in the 35th minute. Still some time for us to try to get the equalizer before the break. Oh, and speaking of the equalizer, Ofori goes and hits that one off the crossbar, and I was just waiting for the perfect chance to let him shoot from range because he scored goals like that in the past. He does it again here in one of our biggest matches of the season. We'll take a look at the replay, and I thought about shooting it right there, but it was Baumgartlinger who closed him down. The second time around, I believe that's Vendel trying to get his leg in front of it, but Ofori did enough to put off Bernd Leno. No way he's going to save that. It's been a thrilling first 45 minutes. I would say Leverkusen have been the better side, as they should be. They're top of the table. But if I'm being real with you guys, I'm not looking to get a draw in this match. I want to get a win because I don't know if we'll get a better chance to get level on points with Leverkusen this season. I will take this opportunity to substitute off Toski for Pavard. He has the lowest stamina of anyone else on the pitch, so I think it's time for him to get some rest. A corner kick chance for us. This is the kind of opportunity we need. Ofori floating into the box and the far post. A shot on target. Leno gets a piece of it, and it still might be in play. Bender nodding it forward. Chicharito plays it out wide, and Leverkusen able to release the danger. This isn't great news for us. There is a bandage now showing on Werner, and I'm not looking to risk an injury for him. So instead of taking Ginczek off in this match, we'll have to substitute Werner off and bring on Coyote for him. While we're here, we may as well use our last substitution. Cortez coming on for Czerny. Good through ball play to Cortez. Does have the 4-star skills to offer. Beats one defender. Finding Kolasinac. Now it's Coyote. Switching the play, and the pass was not where it needed to be. We're still applying the pressure, and Campo needs to clear that out. The momentum is going toward our side, slowly but surely. And now we just need to get that finishing touch and get this late winner. Here's Coyote, seeing the run by Özkan, getting by one defender, going to the far post, and Özkan absolutely buries it. I feel bad for Leno because the 2 goals we've scored on him have probably been the only 2 shots we've had, but we've been clinical in this match, and I think we deserve this win. That dude just like shoved an elbow in my face, but whatever, we'll play on. And Coyote switching the play over to Ginczek. That's not ideal because he's low on stamina, but he might be able to find Coyote in the middle. Needs a finish. Leno got a piece of it, but Coyote's shot was too powerful, and surely that'll be enough for us to pick up the 3 points today. What a result for the home fans, and what a result for VfB Stuttgart. As the match comes to a close, we'll take a look at the full-time statistics. We had a much better second half, and Leverkusen seemed to melt down. They could not handle the pressure, and that is not good for a team that is currently in first place. But Ofori wins man of the match today. And guys, that'll bring an end to today's episode of the Stuttgart Career Mode. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you're interested, you can follow me on my social links. There's links to those in the description down below. But until the next episode, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.